Welcome back live here at Wiregrass Sports. Tonight's coverage of Pike County High School Bulldogs versus the Houston Academy Raiders. We've just had our national anthem. We hope you're tuning in and joining us tonight. We're getting ready now to have a coin toss and get this game underway. A couple captains for Houston Academy. Looks like number 9. Number 9 for the Houston Academy is going to be Carlson Chasen. And we're trying to get a number on the second. He's turned sideways for us right here. But captains for Pike County is going to be number 1 and number 57. Number 1 for Pike County is going to be Jaden Wilson. And number 57 for Pike County. We have no listing on our roster for him. But we'll try to get that name for you as quickly as we can. If anyone knows 57 for Pike County, please send that in. And it looks like 36 for Houston Academy is their other captain. Number 36 is Harrison Burley. Jaden Wilson for Pike County. He's a quarterback. He's 6'1", 185-pound senior. Exciting playmaker. Look forward to seeing him tonight in action. We may assume here that number 57 could be Dakari Wallace, as we don't have a number for him.
Heading out to the middle of the field, our captains for tonight's game. First for the Raiders, number 9, Carson Chasen. And number 36, Walker Burley. For Pike County, number 1 and number 57.
Yeah, the PA announcer doesn't have those names either, so we'll get those for you as soon as possible. But good to see some sportsmanship here as the two captains meeting at midfield, getting the instructions from their officials. Starting to get into the flow of the season, a couple games in. Hopefully a lot of the early season penalties and those types of things are starting to get cleaned up, and I'm sure these guys, going into week 3 know exactly what to expect and look for a good hard-fought game tonight. Perfect weather. We had a threat of rain on the outskirts earlier. Bright sun on this sideline. We're on the Pike County sideline, but the sun's ducked behind the clouds. The rain has dodged us, and perfect football weather for September in Alabama here. As the coin's in the air, Pike County would have had the call here, being the visiting team. It appears that Houston Academy has won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. So now that Pike County has the option, we'd expect they would receive here, and
Raiders win the toss and they defer.
Looks like that Pike County will be receiving, and they will be traveling from our right to left for the first quarter. Now that the coin toss is over, both captains return to their respective sides, and the team's looking to come through the spirit line. PA announcer still requesting more rosters for Pike. Your school, your field, our game, the message for Pike County tonight. And Raider Football 2018, the message for Houston Academy. As Pike County is on the way. They're excited, their band's fired up as they come down to the near sideline. And now right behind them, here comes Houston Academy Raiders. So glad to have you with us tonight. Wiregrass Sports brought to you by Thomas & Thomas Media. We want to thank all of our sponsors for making this possible tonight. You'll see many of them on several of our commercial breaks. But we cannot be happier to be bringing this game to the Wiregrass tonight, one of the more exciting matchups around, and we expect it to deliver on that. All right, the officials have had their little pep talk, and they're divided up, and we're getting ready to go underway here. Pike County to receive and Houston Academy to kick. Little confusion here as the teams originally running to the wrong side. So the referees get that straightened away, and we'll be set to kick here very shortly. Jayden Wilson deep for Pike County.
Gets set to kick off for the Raiders.
Henry Beckett set to kick for Houston Academy. Soccer style kicker. Henry Beckett. All right, the ref has blown the whistle ready for play, and here we go. We're off to action tonight. Week 3 is underway. The kick high and deep. Very good kick. That ball is going to sail into the end zone in the air. What a great kick there.
Pike County will start off on the 20-yard
Number 19, Henry Beckett, the kicker there, 6 feet, 174 senior. That's quite a foot. That's probably the best kick we've seen in the first 3 weeks of the season. So I bet you their place kicking duties are in good hands with Mr. Beckett. So Pike County set to take over on offense here. Going to be first down and 10 on the 20-yard line. We'll look to see some action out of them as they want to go up tempo tonight. Starting off under center. His first drive. Mr. Wilson with a handoff on the left side, and he got running room up the middle. Several tackles broke. That's number 8 over the middle, and he's going to take a host of Raiders to be brought down. He's across the 45-yard line. That's Rashawn Reynolds on the carry right there. Big yardage. 25-plus yards on first down for Pike County.
Big gain straight up the middle. Pike County runs it out to the 45-yard line.
Several Raiders on the tackle there. We didn't get a number. But great first play. Way to start the game off if you're Pike County. Big play on first down, flipping the field right off of the bat. They go right back to work here.
Reynolds on the carry for Pike County.
Wilson under center again. Hard snap count here as he hands off to try the right side, but this time the Houston Academy Wildcats are there, but good second effort. Finally brought down by the wall of pursuit there. Carson Chase. Quinn Johnson make the tackle. Number 8, Rashawn Reynolds again. Be second and 10 there as a good bounce back for Houston Academy's D. Clock moving already down to near 11 minutes here. First 2 run plays. Pike County huddling up. Traditional formation these first 2 drives as Wilson remains under center. We've got splits to each side. I backfield. Got a sweep this time to the left side. Turns upfield, looking for room, and got room around the left side as he's near first down yardage. Very good run there, solid tackling. Tackling there by number 52 and number 8. Number 8 is Oak Shelton and Bailey Eubanks there for the Raiders.
Reynolds on the left sweep around left end.
Mr. Reynolds there picks up 9 yards, bringing up 3rd and 1 here.
3rd down and 1 for Pike County at the Raider 46.
They're into Houston Academy territory here. Ball at the 46-yard line, 3rd and 1. I expect another handoff right here. It's been very successful for Pike County so far, but Houston Academy crowding the line to pitch to number 21, and he's got running room around the right side. First down yardage and more. I don't believe they'll catch him, folks. Number 21 with a touchdown run for Pike County to start the scoring at 6-0. Number 21 is, that's Derek Jr. Myhand with a touchdown run for Pike County. However, there's a flag down, and that play's coming back. Holding the call on Pike County. It looked like good blocking, but apparently they got a little bit of the jersey there. That flag was thrown around the 30-yard line. We'll see how the spot of the foul actually affects the 3rd down yardage. But a big play called back there with a 46-yard touchdown run coming back for Pike County.
Holding call's going to move the ball back inside the Bulldog 40 all the way back around the 39-yard line.
Very detrimental penalty there as that ball comes all the way back to the 38 of Pike County. So effectively a 62-yard penalty. Be third and 16 now instead of the much shorter 3rd and 1 that they did have. May have to see Pike County's air attack here, needing 16, but with a run that successful on the previous play, nothing would surprise me here. And it's a sweep to the left. Number 8 looking for blocks and looking to cut up field, and he does. He's across the original line of scrimmage, lowers his shoulder, and is back to the line of the previous play. He's going to be a yard or 2 short, but it's going to be an interesting situation right here at midfield. And just been informed there's another flag down in the Pike County backfield, so another 14-yard play is going to be taken away with a penalty, and that's going to be a personal foul chop block. So it's going to be a long 3rd down here as Pike County is headed in the wrong direction via the penalty flag. but a number of big plays. So you got to be, it's a mixed bag if you're Pike County right now to move the ball as effectively as you have, but also very, very frustrating penalties, not only to call back a touchdown, but you know, another big run that had put you in position to go for it here on fourth. But now it's 3rd and 30 yards, and you know, maybe a conservative play call here, as not many plays in the playbook for this down and distance early in the season. Quarterback in shotgun formation as they do look to pass here. He's looking to his left and throwing that direction, caught by number 2. Positive yardage, across the 35, and a solid play, a 15-20 yard gain there. That pass complete to number 2. Number 2 is Kevin Harris, and Thomas Morris on the tackle for Houston Academy. Very nice game, but well short of the first down. Still going to need nearly 20 yards here. And Pike County in punt formation, number 3, Zenith McKinley is back to punt, and Mr. Dykes is back deep for Houston Academy. So a lot of success, but a lot of self-inflicted wounds there for Pike County on their first series as they look to punt it away. High snap, but handled by number 3. A little bit of pressure, but he gets off a high wobbly spiral. That ball going to be left alone by the Houston Academy. It takes a Houston Academy bounce and is going to be down to around the 39 yard line for Houston Academy to take over their first series. That ball was down by number 52. That was Isaiah Wheeler on the coverage for Pike County. As we look to see what Houston Academy has on offense here on their first drive. I apologize, Houston County kind of rolls off the tongue compared to Pike County, so keep forgiving me. It is Houston Academy. I beg my apologies to their fans. Under center, quarterback, handoff to the right-hand side, and got some running room. 5-6 hard yards up the middle. Solid tackle. That was Chase Swain with the carry. 5 or 6 yard gain. 2 or 3 Pike County Bulldogs on the tackle. That's an 8 yard gain. Bringing up 2nd and 2 here. Clock moving, 8:20 to go first quarter. No score, ball near midfield. This is the first offensive series for Houston Academy. Don't know a lot about their offense. Looking forward to seeing them tonight. See how they match up against this Pike County Bulldog defense, which held Charles Henderson to just 10 points in the first week. I formation, quarterback under center again. He's barking the signals at the line. Going to be another handoff to the right. 2-3 hard yards, first down yards. They cross midfield. Going to be a first down. That'll move the chains, and first down now apiece for each team. 1st and 10, Houston Academy as they move into Bulldog territory.
Harris on the tackle for Pike County.
That's Harris on the tackle for Pike County.
First down for the Raiders.
Quarterback for Houston Academy is number 13. Number 13 is William Lee the 5th. So he's looking to get the signal from the sidelines, and now they break. Pretty standard for formations for both teams right now as they split wides. I formation, number 36 in motion. Going to be a pitch to number 15 on the left-hand side, maybe a yard or two, and then solid defense. Number 72 and 22 there on the tackle. McKinney there on the tackle, and Edwards on the carry. 2nd and 7 here. 7:07 second quarter and moving. Both of these teams 3A Region 2, so this matchup will have a lot to do with playoff seeding, playoff qualification. So I look for a very, very tough game to continue here as each team looking ahead to the postseason already. We're going to have a fake handoff and a look to throw. We've got number 41 out in the flats. He's got the ball. He's across the first down yardage, lowers his shoulder into Pike County territory there to the 30. And number 41 on the catch there. That's Weeks Johnson, fullback. Great catch there. Mr. Weeks is try to find him again here. Beg your pardon. Mr. Weeks is a 5'10", 208 senior there. They move the ball. First down and 10, 32-yard line. And so we can see if the Pike County defense is up to the challenge. They can stiffen after a couple big plays now by Houston Academy. Number 15 gets the handoff across the left end, and not much doing. That's Chase Wayne. Mahan on the tackle there for Pike County. Maybe a yard or two. We'll call it 2nd and 8 as well as the PA announcer here. perfect weather, good crowds, bands are fired up. We hope you're enjoying this broadcast so far. No score midway through the first quarter. 13 is getting the signal in from the sideline. That's William Lee, the 5th. He's possibly the shortest player on the field here tonight, but holding his own very well with that nice pass completion 2 plays ago. He fakes the handoff again, is looking to his right, and he's going to launch it. He's got a man down that way, and an over-the-shoulder grab in the end zone. Called a touchdown by one official. We're waiting on the second official, but that is a touchdown to number 10. Touchdown, Houston Academy Raiders. Number 10 is Joel Hughes Jr. Great over-the-shoulder catch. Great throw by William Lee. Got to give Pike County credit. They had perfect coverage there, but that throw was thrown where only their guy could catch it. A great over-the-shoulder catch. And, Houston Academy answers the score by Pike County that was called back and takes a 6-0 lead of their own here. Houston Academy with the extra point attempt there, and that point is up and good. So 7-0 Houston Academy with 5:27 to go here in the first quarter. Very good drive there by Houston Academy. They were well balanced. They ran it well. They threw it well, and kept Pike County on their toes, or on their heels rather, the entire drive. If you're Pike County here, you got to remember the success that you had last drive moving the football with several big plays, including a long touchdown run, and you just got to tighten up a little bit here, let the nerves calm down, and execute a little bit better on the penalty end, and I think they'll be right back on the board with them. So no real panic here if you're Pike County with the way they move the ball. We have a timeout here. It's a special heat timeout with 6 minutes to go, so we're going to throw this to our sponsors. We'll be right back with Wiregrass Sports.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital X-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Welcome back live to Wiregrass Sports, guys. 5:27 here in the first quarter, 7-0 your score. Houston Academy with the early lead. Pike County ready to start their second possession as we're getting ready to kick off. Another high, deep kick for Houston Academy. That ball is going to travel into the end zone and be left alone off the upright. Be a second consecutive touchback for them as their kicking game proved strong early on. Pike County will start their second series, 1st and 10 on the 20. Pike County breaks the huddle here. See how their second drive gets going tonight. Jaden Wilson under center. He's going to hand it off right, and pretty decent amount of running room as he keeps missing tackles. And look here, number 8 coming out the other end. He's broke from the final guy, and it's going to be a foot race down the sideline. One play, 80 yards. Pike County ties this game up, 6-7 with an extra point to come, and just like that, Pike County right back in this game. We couldn't repeat it enough that their offense with great success on the first drive, other than the costly penalties that it took away an earlier score. So they don't get the costly penalty there. Go 80 yards in one play to be an extra point away from tying this game up. Number 8, that's Rayshawn Reynolds again with a huge carry for Pike County. Little hook and ladder formation here, or swinging gate rather, as they bring it in. Number 3 on to attempt this extra point. Number 3 for Pike County is Zethan McKinney. And that kick is up and good, and we're tied up 7-7. 5 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the first quarter.
11 to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 7.
So a little fireworks here on offense early on. We'll see which defense can get their footing now that the two offensives have shown to be the dominant of each side in the first 2.5 drives here. 7-7 your score. We'll be updating you on some of the scores around the Wiregrass as they come into us. Brantley with an early 6-0 lead on the Kinston Bulldogs in Wiregrass action. Dale County with a 6-0 lead against the Montgomery Catholic Knights as well. The Auburn High School Tigers up 7-0 over the Enterprise Wildcats in the first quarter. So Pike County set to kick off now. See what Houston Academy can do with their second possession of the game. So both sidelines on their feet, both stands on their feet. Great exciting action so far here halfway through the first quarter. Now the kick for Pike County. It's on its way, end over end kick, going to be fielded. Looking to go up the middle and solid blocking. Now cutting to the side, but the old man makes a tackle and down the right side about the 35-yard line there. So a very solid return for Houston Academy to start their second series. That was Dykes. Dykes been a busy man so far for Houston Academy. Be 1st and 10. See if either defense here can make some plays to get the ball back for their offense, or if both offenses continue to set the tone here. I formation bunch pretty close here. Handoff to the left-hand side. Very little running room as the front from Pike County clogged that up right away. Going to be a 2-yard gain, bringing up second. 8 yards to go right here. 37-yard line. Clock moving, 4:36 and counting. Solid job by the front there by Pike County, which is well sized, 57-22. Big number 77 on the right end. Good job clogging up that gap. Under center snap, we're going to have a pitch to the left-hand side. Pike County Bulldog in the backfield, but we're able to turn the corner just slightly. Clock in motion as he's tackled out of bounds up or near the 40-yard line. Going to be a gain of maybe 2 again, but that's going to bring up 3rd and 6. So a good opportunity for Pike County to try to get off the field in 3 downs here. PA announcer calling it 3rd and 7. So see what Pike County can come up here. Do they dial up some pressure for the Houston Academy pass attack, or do they, just play this kind of straight up and try to mano a stop here on D? Raiders taking their time coming out of the huddle. Going to have a wide out to the right-hand side. I backfield, under center again, man in motion coming near side. They're going to hand it off. I'll get to the left and have running room, and I believe they have first down yardage and pushing the pile. Very hard run there down across midfield. Mr. Ogletree with the carry there. Very good run there. Solid line push. My hand on the tackle for Pike County. And that'll be a first down and crossing into Pike County territory. Each team having their way so far on offense. Got a man in motion again near side. This time it's going to be a fake handoff, and he's looking to throw. Big hit. Pike County with a sack. That's number 3. Number 3 by Pike County is Zethan McKinley. Big hit on the quarterback and a big loss for Houston Academy Raiders, as that may be the play that Pike County needed to get this spark on D. Major loss there of about 8 yards. 2nd and 18 upcoming. Clock moving. 2:45 to go here, first quarter. Not the play Houston Academy was looking for, coming off a play action there. Great play by number 3 of Pike County with a backdoor pursuit there to bring down the quarterback. Going to have a handoff here up the middle. Makes a couple tackles. Number 40, that's the fullback, Mr. Johnson, there for Houston Academy Raiders. And he does get 8, bring up 3rd and 10, so a little bit more manageable situation here as the clock continues to move. Ball just across midfield in Pike County territory, near the original line, as we say. Wide receivers this time to the left-hand side for Houston Academy. 2 wide. I formation, quarterback barking the call. He fakes the handoff and is looking to pass. Left-hand side, that pass is up and just a little too high, just out of the outstretched arms for number 40. That pass intended for Flanagan. Pretty well covered. Not sure he would have got first down yardage had he caught it. So 4th down and long here for Houston Academy, and we look for them to give it back to Pike County here. And a much-needed stop for the Pike County defense, both for confidence and to, to give their offense a chance to take the lead. The substitutes now coming on. I think Houston Academy, I think they considered going for it right there. Not 100% sure why, but they were very late deciding to send the punt team on. But we do have them on, and two men back deep for Pike County here. Punt is off, and it's a high spiral that will not turn over. It's going to be fielded, or attempted to be fielded by number 21. That ball gets away from him into the end zone, and it will be a touchback.
Biggest kick goes all the way into the end zone.
Pike County, that was Derek Mahan. Forgive me there with the return. So 1st and 10 from the 20 for Pike County here. Their 3rd drive of the game. Both offensive have looked really good. Both defenses have made a stop. The Pike County stop was definitely aided by penalties. So 1 yard 80 play drive last time, so let's see how the Bulldogs come out here 1st and 10. Wilson under center. Eye backfield as he looks to hand it off up the middle. A quick hitter and 4 or 5 yards right away there for number 24. We've got number 24 is Hornado Wheeler there. Johnson on the tackle for Houston Academy. 2nd and 5 here. Solid 1st down yardage. Keeps the entire playbook open here. 2nd and medium. You can take a shot if you want to, and you're not going to be left with a long 3rd down. Or you can continue to pound the ball, which they've done so successfully so far early on. Another quick hitter as he heads to the right side, but this time Houston Academy with a couple Raiders there very quickly to bring him down for no gain. Right-hand side there. Dykes on the tackle for the Raiders as they solid defensive stop by them. Probably going to be your last play of the 1st quarter here as the clock winds. 25 seconds on the play clock, 30 seconds on the game clock, so we'll have at least one more snap this quarter. 3rd and 5, 25-yard line. 7-7 ball game here. Very exciting, both teams having their way on offense. They're going to hand it to the tailback this time. He's hit and brought down after just 1 or 2 yards, hard fought yards to get to the 36-37, but it's going to be a 4th down for Pike County when we come back after the 1st quarter timeout. We're going to take this time to get a word from our sponsors. You're watching Wiregrass Sports.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa Know-How. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa Know-How team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Napa Know-How.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shear?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burries Gracie today.
Welcome back live here to Houston Academy. We've got a 4th down and 3 upcoming for the Pike County Bulldogs as they set to kick off to Houston Academy. First play here of the second quarter. 7-7 your score. Little high snap handled again. Kick is away. High end over end kick. Fair catch signaled for and made at about the 38-yard line. Number 18 for Houston Academy. That's James Dykes with the sure hands there as they'll take over 38-yard line. We appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Thank you to all our sponsors for making this possible. Wiregrass Sports bringing you 10 high school football games each week in the Wiregrass. Ball signal for play, and Houston Academy, now that both defenses has got to stop, now we'll see which offense can take over here and get things under control. Quarterback under center here. Wide receivers to each side. We're going to have a pitch to the left. He cuts back up. Solid first move there, but solid stop by number 77 of the Pike County defense. 77 leading the way, but a host of Bulldogs in on the tackle. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders upcoming. Nothing outside, nothing inside there as Pike County filled all the gaps, and Houston Academy with a hole for a split second, but it closed up very quickly by the Bulldog defense. 2nd and 10, wide receivers to each side, quarterback under center, number 36 in motion to the top of your picture, and a little procedure penalty there, and that's going to back up Houston Academy 5 yards, but they do point across the field, of course, to act as if they were enticed, but referees are going to be marking this one back against the Raiders. That's their first penalty to my knowledge. 2 or 3 penalties on the first drive for the Bulldogs, but they've settled in nicely since then from a discipline standpoint. 2nd and 15, clock in motion, 11 minutes to go, second quarter in a tie ball game here. I look for another pass here by the quarterback. He's been pretty successful so far, throwing to his backside of the backfield and is tied in, but he hands it off to the first guy through, and that guy makes 4 or 5 quick yards as his helmet comes off, number 10. That's Johnson. He'll have to step away for a play. It's going to be 3rd and 13, not as many as I originally thought there. 2-yard gain. Quarterback getting the play in from the sideline. He looks at his wristband as the Raiders look to break the huddle here. Play clock already down around 10, so they'll have to hustle. Wide receiver flanked out to the right. Another wide receiver in motion to the right. He fakes the pass and hands it off, but not much doing is for the second straight series. The Pike County Bulldog defense very solid there. If anything, the official ruling on the field is no gain. So 4th and 13 here as the Bulldog defense stifles again. Number 2 back deep for Pike County. That's going to be Kevin Harris back deep. And number 18, James Dykes to kick for Houston Academy. Got a nice wobbly spiral going down the right side. Pike County staying away from it. It takes a Pike County bounce, and that ball is going to be right at the 40-yard line. Good field position for Pike County. Let's see if they can capitalize off of the field position. 9:14 and should be stopped, but the clock's still running here during the dead ball. I'm sure our officials will see that shortly as our clock continues to move. 9:03, 9:02. If it changes, we will get you a correction. Not sure anybody saw it yet, so we won't tell them. Pike County in a shotgun formation here. Now we have an official's timeout. I think somebody noticed the clock moving, or perhaps it was a delay of game. Dead ball. Offsides on the defense. Must have had somebody lined up across the neutral zones. We didn't see any movement there. And the clock continues to move under 8:20 here. Interesting clock operation. Shotgun formation for Pike County, 1st and 5. He's looking to his right. He throws. That ball is caught and blown dead by the official. Caught by number 10 there, but it looks like his knee may have been on the turf when he received the ball. Number 10 is Amigi Lampley there with the reception for the Bulldogs. So officially a 1-yard gain where he caught it on the knee. After a loss of 3, we beg your pardon. So 2nd and 8 here. We're on the visiting sideline with a pretty bad vantage point of the yard line, so please bear with me tonight. I apologize. Quarterback under center. He's going to hand it off to the right-hand side. A cutback move and room to run. Number 8 breaking tackles. He's got a couple men to beat. Looks like the last line of defense for Houston Academy Raiders is going to push him out of bounds as some Laundry enters the field. Number 8, that's Reynolds. Ran out of bounds around the 25-yard line, but good chance of face mask here to extend this play. Could go on offense, making a stiff arm as well, so be interested to see the call. Large gain for Pike County as it stands there on 3rd and 8. Referees converging here around the 30-yard line. We'll see what they saw. The official has his back to us, but we'll try to get you a call. It's a 1st down, and after the play, personal foul against the Bulldogs. That'll move the ball back to the 36-yard line. It's going to still be 1st and 10. The Pike County 1st down stands. The penalty must have been a dead ball. All we know is a personal foul. We didn't see what happened. But nonetheless, 1st and 10, Pike County, 36-yard line. There's another stoppage of play. It's going to be a timeout, Houston Academy. 7:38 left to go to halftime right here. Pike County on the move. Some explosive run plays from Pike County. Some explosive run and pass plays from Houston Academy. The defense has stiffened as of late. We've got everything we could ask for early on in this matchup. 3A Region 2 varsity football. The Houston Academy cheerleaders are being recognized on the field. Hope our coverage is picking up some of that. Wiregrass Sports, your destination for all of your updates on your Wiregrass. We're going to be covering 10 different football games, 10 different locations this season. Very proud of our lineup. We'll be back in Dothan in a few weeks to cover the Dothan versus Northview game. So we're proud to be in Dothan tonight and supporting the Wiregrass. Is Dothan the key to that? Obviously the Pike County Bulldogs, very big football tradition, a lot of talent, been sent to the college and professional ranks, and very, very honored to cover both of these teams tonight and highlight these young men as they have a great season. Ball marked ready for play now as we're set to go. 7:38 is your time, 2nd quarter. Pike County with the ball, 36-yard line, 1st and 10, quarterback under center. He hands it off to the first man through, and he's got running room, 6, 7, 8 yards across the 30. The fullback there getting the carry, that's number 24. Griggs on the tackle for your Raiders. Number 20 is Wheeler for Pike County. Gain of 6 officially, 2nd down and 4 here. Pike County cheerleaders trying to get their side fired up as they drive deeper into Houston Academy territory. Quarterback under center here. He's going to hand it to the deep man this time. He breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, has 1st down yardage, and he's rumbling through several Raider defenders. His forward progress is going to be stopped just inside the 20, but another red zone possession right here for the Bulldogs. Number 10 with a stop for Houston Academy. That's Hughes.
Inside the 20 though. Pike County first down around the 18.
15-20 yard run there for Pike County. Another first down. They cross into the red zone here, and I'm sure they're smelling blood with this powerful running attack versus the undersized Houston Academy defense. Wilson set to take the snap under center. He hands it to the first man through, and he's got running room. Number 21 making a move to the left-hand side. He's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Pike County. Your new score is going to be Pike County 13, Houston Academy 7 with 6:29 to go here. Second quarter. Pike County band fires up again after the touchdown run. Number 21 for Pike County. That's Derek Mahan. Derek Mahan Jr. They have two players with that name, so. Got the old swinging gate formation, but they're going to move back to center here as they try to extend the lead. Number 3, McKinney on the kick for Pike County. Your holder's number 2, Kevin Harris. Hold is down. That kick, though, low and blocked by Houston Academy, and that'll be a failed conversion. Your score will remain 13-7 here. We'll see how much that kick affects us here later in the action. Only a 6-point lead here for Pike County. While we have a moment, we'll take a look at the scores around the Wiregrass. Brantley now up 20-0 over Kinston. That in the second quarter. The Luverne Tigers up 14-0 over the New Brockton Gamecocks. Cottonwood Bears versus the Abbeville Yellow Jackets. That game has no score. Crenshaw Christian and Abbeville, no score. UMS Wright with a 3-0 lead over the Andalusia Bulldogs. Your Charles Henderson Trojans still scoreless versus Rehoboth Rebels. Your Montgomery Catholic Knights with a 3 on the scoreboard now, trailing 6-3 to Dale County. Houston County and Daleville, no score first quarter. The Elba Tigers and Pleasant Home, 6-6 that game in the first quarter. The Auburn High School Tigers 14-0 over Enterprise. The Goshen Eagles with a 6-0 lead over the Zion Chapel Rebels. The Headland Rams, no score but versus Booker T. Washington. The Pike County Bulldogs here 13-7 with your real-time score of the game we're covering here at Wiregrass Sports. Pike County kickoff team getting their instructions in the huddle. Pike County again led by Coach Fred Holland. Houston Academy led by Coach Jamie Riggs. These two programs both looking to make it into the playoffs this year. 3A, Region 2. And this game tonight will go a long way towards determining which team's able to do that, which team's able to play at home. It's a lot to be decided the next 2.5 quarters here. Number 3 is going to be doing your kicking duties again for Pike County. That's McKinney. A couple of Raiders back deep. Dykes is the deep man for the Raiders. We're set to play. We've got a low kick, end over end, going to travel outside the sideline. That'll be a flag on the play, and some free yardage there for the Raiders. They'll have good field position to start this drive. I'd like to take a second to give a shout out to our chain gangs, our cheerleaders, our band members. All these parents have made a lot of sacrifices to the hard work of these student athletes. We want to make sure we recognize more than just the two teams tonight playing. Both teams with athletic trainers on the sideline, making sure these guys are hydrated and healthy, and a lot of work going on behind the scenes to bring you this game, the officiating crews and all the support staffs to make this happen. All right, 1st and 10 for the Raiders here at Dykes under center. And we've got movement on the first play again as the Raiders are going to be behind the chains, 1st and 15. Second series in a row that they've started the drive with a penalty. Ball now on the 30-yard line, giving a little bit of that good field position back. But it's still first down, be 1st and 15 here. 6:28 your score. 6:28 the time rather, 13-7 your score. under center again here. He's going to hand it to the tailback. Tailback with a little room on the right-hand side. Gets a couple yards back there from the penalty yardage. Looking like 2nd and 13 here, though. As the front for Pike County has really stiffened since the opening drive. Big number 77, who we do not have a number for, unfortunately. Number 57, number 21, number 2, all doing their job to plug up the line there for Pike County Bulldogs. As we can't seem to get much penetration for Houston Academy. They're going to fake it to the tailback this time. Number 13 rolling to his right. He throws. He's got a man. Number 14 is complete. Well across the original line of scrimmage, and going to be a solid pickup there. Probably 10 yards and a flag on the play at the tail end. Going to be about a 3rd and 2, depending on the outcome of the flag. But a nice pitch and catch there by the quarterback, number 13 and number 41. That's Johnson on the catch. Pike County going to be tacked on with a 15-yard face mask penalty here, so that'll be automatic first down and move the ball across midfield. So a big play and a big penalty there for the Houston Academy Raiders. 42-yard line of Pike County as they set to take over 1st and 10. Big play there for the Houston Academy offense. (13) under center here. Man in motion, number 45 to the top side of your screen. Going to hand it off to the tailback. That's number 30. Not much room as he's tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Number 24 for Pike County. Ogletree on the carry, number 24 for Pike County. That's Wheeler with a nice tackle behind the line there for the Bulldogs. Officially 2nd and 9, clock moving. 5-minute mark here, 2nd quarter. The Raiders looking to try to tie this game or take the lead with an extra point, down 6. 2nd half of the 2nd quarter. Quarterback under center, number 36 in motion to the top of your screen. Give again to the tailback, number 30. He stumbles a little bit as he tries to cross the line. Maybe falls forward for a gain of 2 or 3. About 3rd and 7 coming up here. So the Raiders' success recently in the pass game has been out of the backfield to the tight end on play action rollouts. So if you're Pike County here, you've got to look to perhaps bring the pressure from the outside instead of the middle to limit the mobility. Houston Academy's quarterback looked very good. He's a little bit undersized height-wise, and so I believe they're probably rolling him out so that he can get a little bit better vantage point over his lineman. We're going to have a timeout here. Timeout Houston Academy as they want to talk this over, what they're going to do on this 3rd and 8. We would take these timeouts with you, but we've noticed that the officials' timeouts like this aren't lasting as long as our commercial segment, so we'll try to get those at the end of quarters and injuries and the heat timeouts at the 6-minute mark, etc. We can't thank our sponsors enough, all for making this very possible to provide this telecast at a Wiregrass. We know all the local sports fans appreciate it, all the family and friends of these teams participating. They appreciate it. We appreciate the feedback that we get back from them. We appreciate the coaches taking the time out of their day to give us some comments, give us some post-game reaction, some weekly updates on things going on, both on and off the field. And so can't thank Thomas and Thomas Media enough and the crew there for the excellent job they do of providing this coverage for you. Live each Friday night here on Wiregrass Sports. Ball's blown ready for play. Pike County defense a little bit late coming out on the field. We'll see what the coach has called up for the Raiders here. 3rd and 7, 39-yard line. 6-point game here. They're in the shotgun. He's back, dropping deep. Got some pressure on him, but he throws a little screen. That ball is caught. Doesn't appear to be able to make enough Pike County Bulldogs miss, though, and looks from my vantage point to be little to no gain at all on that play and bring up a 4th and 7. That pass completed to Ogletree. A yard officially. Couple Bulldogs there on the tackle. Haven't seen the Raider punt team come back on the field yet, and now again a late substitution as they make the decision to kick here. 18 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time. And the kicking game for Houston Academy's looked great tonight. I don't see a deep man back for Pike County as they fear that they may have a little trickeration going, but they do get the kickoff down the right-hand side, trying to pin them deep, but that ball bounces into the end zone and will be a touchback. Bulldogs have a long way to go here, but already a 6-point lead and a lot of success running the football early for Pike County. 3:06 will be the time left in the second quarter here as they take over 1st and 10 at the 20. A lot of Bulldogs have looked good on offense. Fullback, tailback, quarterback. The offensive line obviously doing their job on these big runs. 3 runs of over 30 yards, a 46-yard touchdown that was called back, as well as an 80-yard touchdown run that counted on their second series. So Houston Academy with some adjustments to make on defense against this rushing attack of the Bulldogs. Your quarterback under center here, 2 wide receivers to the right-hand side. They give it to the tailback. He makes a couple people miss and fighting for hard yardage. Up, looks to be a gain of 7 or 8.
Chase Wayne and Quinn Johnson combined on the tackle.
Chase Wayne and Quinn Johnson there on the tackle for the Raiders.
Reynolds on the carry up the middle.
Reynolds with the carry for
Across the 25 to the
the Bulldogs.
Second down and 3.
And a 2nd and 3 upcoming here. 2:40 clock moving. More exciting offense than the score indicates here. Some penalties have stopped some drives, a couple key stops in big situations. The story to keep the points off the board, but the Bulldogs would love to add some more here right before the halftime buzzer. They're back to throw, and they're throwing it to the right-hand side. Got a man open and caught. That ball's across midfield, or excuse me, just at midfield. Going to be just short to number 5. That's Simmons. Anderson on the tackle there for the Raiders. But a big gain, one of the more successful pass plays we've seen, and 46-yard line 1st and 10 for Pike County, as they show they can be just as effective through the air as they can on the ground. Nice throw there by Wilson. Might have lulled Houston Academy to sleep a little bit there as he was able to get open in their secondary on this right-hand side. A little bit of confusion lining up this play as they're going to have multiple wide receivers now for Pike County, and play's going to be blown dead. And a timeout by Pike County. A lot of confusion, and I think a great job by the coach here to take a timeout, get his troops organized. And coming off of a big play, you'd hate to shoot yourself in the foot right here, especially with under 2 minutes to go in the half. And you definitely want to take advantage. And Pike County got the ball first, so they know that the Raiders will be on offense to start the second half. So a critical series potentially for the Bulldog offense. And if you're on Houston Academy sideline, what can you do to dial up some of the defensive success that you had in the middle series to stop this rushing attack and a somewhat larger Pike County squad? Houston Academy rather giving up a few pounds per man across the front. Pike County with a pitch to the right-hand side, number 21 on the carry. Not much room. Is a good coverage and pursuit there by the Houston Academy D. May have lost yardage right there. It's a great stand by Houston Academy. Carson Chasen in on the tackle, and that was Mahan, number 21 on the carry. Official marked him down inbound, so the clock will continue to run here. 2nd and 10. Good stop on 1st down for Houston Academy's defense. Got wide receivers to the top of the screen. Number 4 for Pike County. Got a pitch to the left-hand side this time. That's going to be number 8. Number 8 looking for room. He stutter steps. He makes a couple moves. He breaks a few tackles. He's cutting back to the middle of the field. He's got a couple men to beat. He turns the right-hand corner. He's across the 30. He's across the 20. Flag down on the play as number 8 scores, but I believe this was going to be coming back as the penalty's laying down around the 25-yard line. And a lot of frustration on the field by the Bulldogs. So with just under a minute to go, I'm afraid that the laundry may call back this touchdown, but for the moment, For the moment, it's a 20-7 lead for the Bulldogs. The officials, 4 of them converging there at midfield. Here's the signal. He'll have our back to us, but we'll get it to you as soon as we can. Block in the back against the Bulldogs. The penalty was far enough down the field that it doesn't appear to affect the first down yardage. Still going to be a first down on the play. So with 58 seconds to go, it's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line. Clock running on the ready for play. Under a minute to go here. Bulldogs not in a big hurry at the line of scrimmage. Take the snap. It's going to be a fake handoff. Looking to throw to the left. Got a man over that way. In and out of the hands of number 2. Wilson's pass incomplete. Number 2 is Kevin Harris. 2nd and 10. The good news with the incomplete pass. Clock stopped at 43.3 seconds here. 6-point ball game. Bulldogs looking to add to the lead right here before halftime. Houston Academy eagerly, just as eagerly to get them stopped and get the ball back to start the second half. See if they can't tie the game up. So very interesting dynamic. A lot can swing in the next 45 seconds. Shotgun formation now. Quick throw to the left-hand side. That ball is received cleanly. Number 10 down the left-hand sideline as he makes a few Raiders miss. Hard tackle out of bounds. Appears to be Mitchell running him out of bounds there with a solid tackle. But before he can, that's first down yardage and out of bounds. 34 seconds to go. Another much-needed first down for the Bulldogs.
First down for the Bulldogs from the 15-yard line.
Ball spotted on the 15-yard line. Number 3 out wide for the Bulldogs and 2 wide receivers out to the left. That's number 4 and number 5. Number 1, your quarterback in the shotgun. Very high snap. He's able to handle it, but that ball was blown dead before the snap. Is afraid I saw a little bit of motion along Pike County's offensive line. That is the signal from our head official, and be a 5-yard mark back. Ball will now be placed on the 20. Time definitely is a factor with any running play, you know, in this situation. But the Bulldogs have shown they can score from anywhere on the field. Many long runs. 2 scoring plays called back now. So it's just a matter of the Bulldog coaching staff dialing up the right one. And if you're on Houston Academy, they're thinking the same thing. Can they dial up the correct run stop here? Can they dial up the correct blitz or pass coverage to keep the Bulldogs out of the end zone? 6-point game here. No back set is a clear passing situation for the Bulldogs. They throw to the right-hand side. That pass caught by number 3. He's hit by 2 Raiders. The ball pops loose, and it appears that the Raiders have recovered the ball right at the goal line. What a play. Great pass and catch by the Bulldogs, number 1 to number 3. But number 3, not his fault at all, sandwiched by 2 Raiders on the tackle there. That ball pops out, and a lucky defender right there hustling to cover. And a big turnover with 28 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Got an official stoppage of play. Big turnover by the Raider defense. That's exactly what they needed. We got a timeout here, and we're going to take it with it. Here's a word for our sponsors right before halftime. You're watching Wiregrass Sports.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Welcome back to live action here on Wiregrass Sports. Houston Academy with a handoff on the left-hand side. Some hard-fought yards there against a tough Bulldog front. Plays blown dead. Just before that stoppage of play, we had Mr. McKinney for Pike County a little bit banged up, but he was able to make it off the field under his own power and looks to be fine to go back in. We keep you posted on his condition throughout the match. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, and we look for the Raiders to be happy to take this game into half right here. We score 13-7. So that's going to be your first half. Pike County 13, Houston Academy Raiders 7. We'll take a short break for our sponsors and be back with some halftime scores. Thank you for watching Wiregrass Sports.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital x-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa know-how. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa know-how team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burries Gracie today.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital X-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa know-how. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa know-how team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burries Gracie today.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
report for your coverage of tonight's matchup between the Pike County Bulldogs and the Houston Academy Raiders. Your score, 13 for Pike County, 7 for the Raiders. Very exciting first half of action. We've had some coverage of the two bands and the two cheerleading squads. We hope you enjoyed the halftime coverage. We're excited to get the second half great underway for you. A couple minutes to go. Both teams now out on the field doing some stretching and warming up. We're going to bring you a couple scores from some of the area action. You can check these scores out on thomasandthomasmedia.com and then visit the Wiregrass Sports link. But Abbeville up 26-0 over Cottonwood at halftime. Your Andalusia Bulldogs down 10-0 versus UMS Wright at halftime. The Kinston Bulldogs down 33-0 to Brantley, also at half. The Dale County Warriors down 19-9 to Montgomery Catholic at halftime. Your Elba Tigers up 21-6 over Pleasant Home, that score at halftime. Your Florella Wildcats down 21-7 to the Georgiana Panthers, that score at halftime. Here our game, Pike County 13-7 over Houston Academy Raiders. The New Brockton Gamecocks down 21-0 to Luverne at halftime. The Bobcats in a close one, 20-16 versus Strawn, halftime. Houston County Lions 17-0 over the Delville Warhawks. Your Auburn High School Tigers 28-0 over Enterprise. The Goshen Eagles 14-0 over the Zion Chapel Rebels. The Northview Cougars trail 14-0 to Eufaula. Sampson Tigers and Calhoun Tigers no scored at halftime there. Abbeville Christian and Crenshaw Christian, no update on that game. About 20 seconds here until we come to action here. The Dale County, your Houston Academy Raiders to get the ball back, chance to come and tie the game up. They won the original coin toss, deferred to the second half. So they'll be on offense first to start the second half. Be interesting to see, as always, what type of halftime adjustments each team made. And then the real question sometimes can be how the adjustments to those adjustments are made. So a lot of things to focus on in that first half. Pike County moved the ball the entire half at will. A couple drives stopped by a couple big plays, but mostly penalties. 3 runs of over 40+ yards have been called back. So can they clean up the penalties, and can Houston Academy, can they clean up some of the miscues and mistakes that they've made on defense? And then Houston Academy, when they have room to throw the ball, they've been very effective throwing out of the backfield, throwing to the tight end. Had an open look to a wide receiver, had his knee down, but can they find a running game? Houston Academy a little bit undersized versus Pike County so far tonight. So, what kind of creative ways can they find to move the football running it? I think will be the two big keys to the second half. But a close game here, 6-point action as we start the third quarter. Pike County to kick, number 3 handling the kicking duties for the Bulldogs. Number 18 will be the main deep back for the Raiders. We appreciate all you guys tuning in to Wiregrass Sports tonight. Not only will we have the coverage of this game, but we'll keep you up to date as the other games go final and close action into the late quarters. So stick here for all your high school updates. All right, the officials blowing the ball, ready to play, and we're ready to get started. Number 4 to kick for HA. Nice tight end over end kick is going to be fielded by the Bulldogs. Fielded by Houston Academy. He's across the 30, trying to make a man miss. Does. Some good pursuit, but nearly the 35-yard line, and a solid recovery there by Houston Academy. The ball did come out, and the officials dropped his beanbag, and now he's marking that that's a turnover. Going to be Bulldogs' ball at the 35-yard line, so a very costly turnover on the opening kickoff by the Raiders. Just like that, 11 seconds into the third quarter, and we've already got our first miscue, and it turns out to be a break for the Bulldogs. First and 10, 34-yard line here, and I look for the Bulldogs to try to score quickly, take advantage of this momentum. Quarterback under the center. Wide receiver to the right-hand side is going to hand off to the tailback. He's trying to cut back up the middle, but a nice surge there by the Raider line. Very little doing. 2, maybe 3 yards gain there for the Bulldog tailback. Number 41 and 66 in on the stop for the Raiders. Right at it, right up the middle. First offensive play of the second half for the Bulldogs. Second down and 8 from the Raider 32-yard line here. Clock rolling, quarterback under center, wide receiver to your left, top of the screen. Going to be a pitch to the tailback. That's number 8. He cuts upfield looking for Rumor on the left-hand side. He's got yardage. Going to be across the first down and out of bounds near the 20. Very big run. Gain of about 10 or 11 there by number 8. That's Rayshawn Reynolds, and it will be first down yardage for Pike County. Another red zone series here. The last Pike County drive that got deep into the red zone was squalled by a great pass play that led to wide receiver getting sandwiched by 2 Raiders and a turnover, but I know the Bulldogs want to cash this one in and put it in the end zone. Hand off to the fullback up the middle. He's got 2 or 3 hard yards. Solid job by the HA line there. About a 5-yard gain. Number 61 for the Raiders in on the play. Number 61 is Jacob Beaver. And we'd like to update several of the plays made in the first half by the Bulldogs. Number 77, that is Sanquest Flournoy. He's wearing number 77 this week. We didn't have a number for him in the first half, but we've checked with the officials at halftime and we'll make sure he gets the recognition. Sanquest Flournoy with a lot of big plays for the Bulldogs in the first half. Number 1 under center here is there on offense. Pitch to the right. Big play in the backfield. Cut up, made several hard-fought yards, and going to be close to another first down for the Bulldogs there as he's marked just across the line to gain, and they're going to move the chains again. Just inside the 10-yard line will be first down and goal. Around 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Officially the 9-yard line here is a Houston Academy with a defender deep in the Bulldog backfield, but the running back was able to make him miss and then put up positive yardage down the right side. Quarterback under center here. He's going to hand it off again to the tailback. Tailback headed outside, makes a cut, lowers the shoulder. He's going to limp and into the end zone for number 21. That's Derek Myhand Jr. with a touchdown run from 9 yards out there. And your Bulldogs now with 20. Houston Academy Raiders 7. So not the start Houston Academy needed here. Start the second half. They were supposed to get the ball back. Going to try to tie this game up and fumble on the opening kickoff. And Bulldogs cash it in. 35-yard drive, 34-yard drive. Very good hard running, very good blocking, and a very efficient march to the end zone there. And the Bulldogs cash this one in after a large yardage margin in the first half. They're going to go for 2 here. Quarterback under center. He's looking to pass. Throw into the right-hand side. Got a man open. That pass is complete to number 24 and in for the 2-point conversion. Wheeler there with the catch. Very nice pitch and catch as we see McKinney to Wheeler for the 2-point conversion. Make your score 21-7 with 9:42 here in the third quarter. It's going to be very important right here for Houston Academy to answer this drive. We've mentioned many times tonight that the Bulldogs have moved the ball very efficiently in between the 20s. A few penalties, a turnover, and a couple key stops by the Raiders have led to some drives to stall. But for the most part, they've moved the ball at will tonight, and it's imperative that Houston Academy cannot get too far down too soon right here against this Bulldog offense. So we didn't get to see on their first possession what adjustments that their offensive staff made. So anxious to see them here, and they had a decent return, that last return, but unfortunately the ball, sometimes when you try to fight for every single yard, you leave that ball available for the defense. And Pike County made the play that they needed to make, take that ball away. So I'm sure ball security will be definitely on the mind of the Raiders here to start their second official drive of the third quarter. Ball marked ready for play. Ogletree back deep for the Raiders. Number 4 on the kick. New kicker for Pike County. This is Julius Allen. Nice end over end kick. Muffed a little bit around the 20-yard line, but it's picked up and forward progress around the 25-yard line. Decent return by Houston Academy, and they'll start their drive at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
Gets it out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raiders will take over 1st and 10.
Pike County's defense fired up to get back on the field. I'm sure they're wanting to show their muscle, and they've really settled in after the 7-7 tie. Got to give a lot of credit to their defensive coordinator and their coaching staff for making the adjustments that they've needed. a very sound played ball defensively, penalty-wise for the Bulldogs. Handoff by the Raiders, number 15 in the backfield, but he eludes the first couple of tacklers and still spinning, still going. Now, folks, I got to tell you, that may be a gain of 0 on the stat sheet, but what a great effort. He could have lost 10 yards there, reversed his field, made several Bulldog tacklers miss. Officially no gain on the play, but a great individual effort by the Raider running back right there. .906 clock moving here, 21-7 your score. Bulldogs leading the Raiders here. Going to be wide receivers to each side. Quarterback under center. Hard count man in motion towards us. Going to be a pitch to the running back. He makes a man miss to his left, but lots of Bulldogs there. Let's get some numbers. Number 22, number 2, number 22. Lots of Bulldogs in on that tackle. Harris, McKinnon. Great pursuit by the Bulldogs defense. Nothing doing. Going to be officially a loss of 1. 3rd and 11 here, right at the 25-yard line. Bulldogs not fooled on that sweep play. H.A. breaks the huddle. 2 wide receivers, or a wide receiver and a tight end rather, at the top of your screen. Wide receiver down at the bottom. I formation, man in motion towards us. Going to be a fake to the tailback and looking to throw to the right-hand side. Got a man open. Number 9 catches the ball. He's going to have positive yardage, but not enough for the first down. Nice throw and catch there. 13 and number 9. Number 9 by H.A. That's Carson chasing. Solid catch and some positive yardage, but it's going to be 4th down after only about a 6-yard gain there. 4th and 7. H.A. quick this time to make their decision to punt. And the Bulldogs, I'm sure, licking their chops here as they want to add on to this lead here midway through the 3rd quarter.
Wilson and Harris are back deep. Deckett in the kick.
Deckett in the kick, and Wilson and Harris back deep for the Bulldogs. Nice, high, spiraling kick, turning over. Man backing up, makes the catch around the 30. Breaking to the right side. He's got some blockers. Can he make a man miss? Nice tackle there. Flag comes in late. Going to be interested to see what the flag is. As a H.A. player is down, helmet off. We'll check his condition right here immediately. That's 18, I believe. Some very hard hitting on that kickoff, punt return. It was a very deep kick, nice towering spiral that did turn over. Commented many times tonight, the quality of the H.A. kicking game is as good as any I've seen this season, and we were just at Enterprise and Charles Henderson game last week, so very impressive kicking from the 3A Region 2 Bulldogs. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back after commercial to check the status of the player. You're watching Wiregrass Sports.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
Welcome back live to Dothan, Alabama here. We're getting ready to have the Bulldogs' second series of the half here. A correction, that was number 10, Joel Hughes, the injured player down for Houston Academy, but he was able to get up and make it off the field under his own power, so we were happy to see that. Bulldogs under center here, handoff to the tailback left-hand side, and a little bit of running room there, 4, 5, 6 yards down near the 30-yard line. That's Mr. Wiggum with the tackle for Houston Academy. Number 10 been a big player on both sides of the ball for H.A., so we hope he's able to return to the field quickly. But again, he did make it off on his own power. Apologize for that number correction before the break. So the Bulldogs here with about a 2nd and 5. Looking at his wide receiver to the left there under center. Going to hand off to the tailback again. This time great penetration by beg your pardon, Houston Academy. Number 53, one of the first people to get there. That's Andrews and Chasen with a great defensive play there by the Raiders. Not much doing with the running game that time. 26-yard line is going to be 3rd and 7. 6:18, clock moving here, third quarter. A little bit of few substitutions from both sides. Number 4 coming off the field there. A little bit late for Pike County. We'll see if that gets noticed. Going to be 2-3 wides to the top of the screen this time for the Bulldogs. Going to have a sweep to the left-hand side. Number 21 takes the carry. He turns the corner, lots of running room, tries to cut back. He slips down just enough for the HA defenders to get a hold of him. Going to be real close to first down yardage. Very nice gain there on 3rd and long. And it is first down Bulldogs. That's my hand on that carry. The Bulldogs have a lot of team speed at several positions and 2 deep. And combine that with the size differential up front, and the Bulldog running game's looking good. We're going to have an officials timeout here at the 6-minute mark. We're going to take a break for our sponsors. You're watching Wiregrass Sports.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital X-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Your she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burris Gracie today.
Welcome back live as we go to action. Pike County with the ball up the middle. Nice carry, making a few people miss there. Going to be a 2-3 yard gain on first down. Some sure tackling there by HA.
Thomas Morris, first one there for the Raiders.
It's Thomas Morris for the Raiders.
He gets out across the 38 near the 39.
And that's Reynolds on the carry. Ball at the 39-yard line, closer to a 5-yard gain, more yards than I originally gave him credit. Going to call it 2nd and 5 here for Pike. Number 4, the wide out to the right. 2 tight end look here. I formation, quarterback under center. Going to hand it to the second man through. He's looking for room on the left-hand side, and almost he has. He makes more people miss. He's down near the 50-yard line. First down yardage, and just great individual effort there by the running back for the Bulldogs. That's number 21, Mahan Jr. Excellent individual effort there. As Houston Academy had a few defenders in position, but Mahan just not being denied, and each team makes a few substitutions here as we're first down right at midfield for the Bulldogs. Wide receiver to the right again, another 2 tight end look. I formation, hand off to the second man through. That's number 8. He's making moves to the right hand side. He's across. He's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down as he comes right in front of us here. Gain of 8 on first down by number 8.
Jacob Beaver, first one there for the Raiders.
Beaver there on the tackle for Houston Academy.
Gains around 8 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2 at the Raiders 42-yard line.
Bulldogs here in no hurry. 4 minutes and counting, third quarter. The game fairly comfortably in hand at the moment. No need for them to panic. They look well under control here. We haven't seen any procedure penalties since their first drive. Quarterback under center here. It's going to be a quarterback keep for the 2 yards, and he breaks big yardage, 5, 6, 7 yards, close to 10-yard gain there for the quarterback on the keeper. He's down near the 30-yard line. Quinn Johnson there on the tackle for the Raiders. Weeks Johnson. Mitchell also in on the tackle. Clock moving after the ball set for play. 3:33 and counting here. Ball on the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. 21-7 your score. One wide to the right, 2 tight end look again. Going to hand it off to the tailback. That's number 8. He's headed left. Tries to cut back now to the middle. Number 75 and 67 there for Houston Academy. Not much doing. 2 or 3 yards most there. I tell you, to be the size that they are, Houston Academy's probably not getting the credit they deserve for playing as tough as they are up in the trenches. The Bulldogs have made several big plays, but you have to give the front for Houston Academy a lot of credit for hanging in there and still playing very tough, you know, against the bigger offensive line of the Bulldogs. They're holding their own. Just need another play or two to turn this game around here and get it back under control, so we need to see a stop by them if that's going to happen. Bulldogs, on the other hand, they want to punch it in and have a little breathing room here. Sweep to number 8. Looking for room along the sidelines. He cuts it back up. He's able to get 5-6 more yards before he's finally knocked out of bounds. Be interesting to see how close that is to the first down. Looks like it's going to be just a little short. No signal yet to move the chains as they look. So the ball's on the other sideline from the officials, so they're going to call it 3rd down. 3rd and maybe a yard. The ball went out of bounds across the field from our chain gang, so it took the officials a few seconds. They're doing a great job tonight of spotting the ball. 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs. Clock under 2 minutes. Got a snap, going to hand off to the tailback. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. He may have used 2nd and 3rd effort to get across there, as he looks like he may have gotten that by barely a half a yard, and they're going to move the chains for another Bulldog first down. Just the top drive you need here if you're Pike County. You got a comfortable lead. You're moving the ball well. Nothing fancy. 2 tight end looks. Solid play calling. Solid substitutions. As our PA announcer says, just enough yards there. Didn't spare many, but gets the chains moved, and another 4 plays here for the Bulldogs. But they're taking a lot of time off the clock, really wearing down this Raider defense. Oh, a fumble on the snap. It appeals that the Bulldog quarterback does fall on it. So heads up play there, but a 2-yard loss, and you know, just that quick, the Raiders were a play away again from getting another turnover that they need deep inside their own possession to quell another Bulldog drive. But the Bulldogs fall on this one with under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Maybe that is the play that the Raiders need to stop this drive short of the end zone. They're loading the box up after the Bulldogs' heavy run attack. They're going to hand it off to the short man, and great play, hit in the backfield. Another 2 or 3 yard loss. Number 18, number 66, number 30. A lot of Raiders there on a great defensive surge, and Bulldogs here may let this one tick down and go into the 4th quarter with a 2-touchdown lead. It's going to be 3rd and long, possibly 3rd and 14 or 15 here when the Bulldogs come back to start the, actually, the officials now signal the clock ready to roll. Not sure exactly why it was stopped, but we'll see if this is the last play of the 4th quarter, if the Bulldogs are happy to take it in. They're being told to wait by their sideline, so going to be a 14-point game headed into the 4th quarter here. We're going to take a short break and visit with our sponsors. You're watching Wiregrass Sports.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa know-how. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa know-how team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Welcome back live here. A big 3rd and 14 as the Bulldogs are running it to the right side. Looks like they're going to be very, very close to the first down yardage there. Great run on 3rd and 14. Actually, definitely going to be a first down. Going to be first down and goal. We're at the complete opposite end of where that play ran, so we have a terrible vantage point of the yards, but we're now officially being told it's a first down and goal from the 5-yard line from Pike County. Critical 4th down there to start the 4th quarter for the Raiders. Really needed to stop to keep this game a 2-possession game in the 4th. No reason they can't keep them out of the end zone here, but what a critical 3rd and 14 picked up by the Bulldogs right there with the quarterback keeper. They're going to hand it to the fullback. Great pursuit. Good surge at the line by the Raiders. A lot of 2nd and 3rd effort. Possibly a gain of 2 there. It's going to be 2nd and goal. 2 to 3 yard line.
Flanagan and Thomas Morris in on the tackle for the Raiders.
Flanagan and Morris in on the tackle there for Houston Academy.
2nd down and goal to go. Ball marked now at the 4-yard line.
Ball officially on the floor. We have no way to see that from this angle. But that's the official from the PA. So 2nd down and goal from the 4 here for Pike County. This time they give it to the tailback. He lowers his shoulder. No indication yet by the officials. It's going to be 3rd down. Another big stop by Houston Academy down at the goal line. Got to give the Raiders a lot of credit on D. They're playing it. They're playing this short yardage and red zone defense about as good as they could have played it tonight.
3rd down and goal from the 1.
As many big plays as the Bulldogs have had to hold them to 21 for this long has been a great showing for them. Let's see if they can make another stop right here in 4th down. Only 1 yard to go. Quarterback keeps it himself, but not much doing.
Quarterback sneak up the middle.
They're unpiling to see what we have here. And now the signal of touchdown comes in as the Bulldogs extend their lead. 27-7 here. 10:03 in the 4th quarter. He only needed a yard, and that's all he got, folks, but that's what he needed. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And that one's going to put this one, you know, on the far reach for HA as they fail to get much going on offense so far tonight after the 2nd series. Number 3 on for this attempt for the Bulldogs. McKinney. That kick is low and off to the left again. And that's 2 missed extra points, one of the only few down spots tonight for the Bulldogs. So 27-7 will remain your score here at 10:03. We're going to stay with you for this next kick, so we've had a few consecutive breaks there. Interested to see you. It's got to be do or die now if you're on Houston Academy sideline. Any play in the playbook that you think might get you some positive yardage, any type of trick play or something to get momentum here, help the Raiders get back on the scoreboard and claw into this game. You're going to need a few breaks, obviously, at this point. But if they could get a quick score, possibly an onside kick or a turnover, you know, it's still not too late for them to be thinking about trying to get in this game. But we're going to need to see something here. Maybe they've got a good return up their sleeve, or you know, a play or two that might catch the Bulldogs off guard. Number 4 in for the kickoff duties again for the Bulldogs, and number 30 back deep for the Raiders. An update in some of the action. Enterprise now down 35-0 to Auburn High. 10-0 UMS right over Andalusia. We'll get to more of these games in between the action here. Start the 4th quarter. Brantley up big 39-0 over Kinston. Pike set to kick. Number 4 has got it away. End over end kick. Fielded on a knee just short of the 20-yard line there by number 30. Dangerous job to catch that, and a great catch by him, but they'll give up a couple yards as they're set to take over. 1st and 10 from the 18. And some other area action. The Providence Christian Eagles lead 28-0 over the Geneva Panthers. The Luverne Tigers up 34-0 now over the New Brockton Gamecocks. Eufaula Tigers 14, Northview Cougars 7. We'll check in on the action here as H.A. under center here to start 1st and 10. They give it to the second man. He's got room along the left-hand side. He turns the corner upfield, dragging a couple Bulldogs with him, and a nice positive play on 1st down. Ogletree on the carry. Nice solid 3 or 4 yard gain there. Using a little speed to the side there and outrun the Bulldog defense to the corner. Officially 2nd and 6 here. Abbeville up 26-0 over Cottonwood. CCA Christian 21-6 over Abbeville Christian. The Montgomery Catholic Knights are 19-9 over the Dale County Warriors. Your Elba Tigers 21-6 again at halftime. No update in that one. So we're going to have a stoppage of play here. We believe the play clocks went down to 0, and we're going to take a timeout and visit our sponsors. We'll see what happens when we come back. You're watching Wiregrass Sports.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
Welcome back live to Dothan, Alabama. Your Pike County Bulldogs versus your Houston Academy Raiders. 9 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Your score 27-7 in favor of the Bulldogs here. Houston Academy on the move on offense. Quarterback looking to throw. He's got a man across the middle. That pass is caught. He's in between a couple defenders. Going to have 1st down yardage and a flag down as he gets across the 35-yard line. Chasing with the completion there. Let's check the marker. Nice 1st down pickup there by the Raiders, and that penalty appears to be coming against the Bulldogs. Unfortunately, it goes against the Raiders as holding, and that's going to take back that big gain on 1st down. 2nd down, I beg your pardon. Our clock operators are getting everything back situated. From the spot of the foul, it's not going to, they're actually going to still gain a couple yards on the play. It's going to be about 2nd and 4. Still a big gain on the play, you know, despite the penalty. Very costly hold, though, cost the Raiders a big gain there. Man in motion to the near sideline. Quarterback going to give it to the second man through, and he's got room along the left side. Good cut back up the middle. Ogletree there on the carry. They're unpiling to see if it's going to be 1st down yardage. Going to be an official measurement, we think, as they're signaling the stop right at the sticks. And we signal 1st down Raiders. Very, very critical drive here for your HA. You got to move the ball. You got to put some points on the board to give yourself any chance. If you're Pike County, you want to just keep doing what you've been doing on defense. Giving up a few plays here or there, but very, very solid since the 2nd possession of the game. Not enough can be said about the Bulldogs coaching staff. Their game plan tonight's obviously prepared for the HA attack. They're in the right position seemingly every play. and not enough big plays for HA to overcome that. Quarterback looking to throw to the left-hand side, and just off the hands of number 10. He's chasing it down just in case it was a lateral, but whistled incomplete.
Bring up second down and 10.
Second 10, HA. Looks like to have a Bulldog a little slow to get off the field here. That Bulldog player number 54, Andre Kennedy. He seems to be okay on the sideline. We'll keep an eye on his status throughout the night. Going to be a handoff to the second. Got through a little bit of the timing messed up there. Possibly a gain of a yard or two up to the 30. But that timing was mixed up right from the get-go, and that play never really had a great chance. That was number 30 on the carry. We got a stoppage in play as he's shaking up the ball carrier there a little slow, and going to be traveling to the HA sideline here. Not much room inside the front there of the Pike County Bulldogs. Going to be 3rd and 7 here. 37-yard line, the line to gain. Wide receiver to each side now for the Raiders. I backfield. They're going to fake the handoff and look to throw to the left-hand side. That ball just behind the wide receiver falls incomplete. It'll be 4th and 7. 7:25 here. We'll have to see if as Houston Academy sends on the punt team, and they're content here to punt it away and try to pin the Bulldogs back as far as they can. Not a favorable position for them on the field to try to go for it, even down 20.
Becky goes back in punt formation for the Raiders. Wilson and Harris are back deep. Pike County.
Wilson and Harris back deep. Punting game, definitely the kicking game overall has been a strength for the Raiders. We got an official timeout. Not sure what the stoppage is, and we're back ready for play. Solid snap, and as soon as I brag on him, give him the old announcer jinx, he hits a high one barely across the 15-yard line, and I'm sure will actually be marked out of bounds near the Pike County 40, or excuse me, the Houston Academy 40. So very, very unopportune time for them to have their worst punt of the night, and the Bulldogs will be with great starting position already in Raider territory here. 1st and 10 at the 41. Pike County up on the ball, ready to get going here. Another series on offense for them. Hand it to the fullback. He's got yardage. He's got lots of yardage, and he may be gone. Number 22. Look at the speed as he will go untouched into the end zone. Mahan. The other Mahan, there's 21 and 22, but that is Derek with a 41-yard touchdown run on 1st and 10 to put the Bulldogs up 33-7 here. That did not take long. I don't remember seeing him on many carries tonight, but I bet you'll see more out of him when he turns the corner with some super speed right there, and we see the two brothers celebrating on the sideline. Number 4 on to kick the extra point here for the Bulldogs. They close the gate and get set here to try to tack on the point. That kick low and possibly deflected as it goes low into the right side there. Another failed attempt for the Bulldogs. Uh-oh, we see two penalty flags after that play, as apparently some words have been exchanged in between the two sides. There's probably some frustration beginning to mount on the Houston Academy side. I believe all the officials are meeting here at the 10-yard line as they try to sort this out. And you know, the officials do such a great job, especially in the games that aren't close, at maintaining control, maintaining sportsmanship, protecting the safety of these players. And looks like both coaches here are going to have a little conversation with the officials. We're waiting for the indication for the head referee, but we've got no good on the attempt. Dead ball, personal foul against the Bulldogs.
Personal foul goes against Pike County.
Unlike the college and pros, we don't get a number, and we won't speculate, but it's going to be a long kickoff attempt, and the Raiders could definitely use the field position here. So that ball going to be assessed. Those 15 yards will be assessed here on the kickoff. 33-7 your new score. 7 minutes, 10 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Definitely a tale of two sides on the two sidelines, but the Houston Academy Band is still making some great sounds across the way.
Pike County will kick off from their 25.
Kickoff going to be from the 25 following the penalty right here, and we'll see what type of effect that has on the field position. On the kick, number 4. Kick is in the air, tight end over end kick. It's fielded by the Raiders. Got a nice little wall. He makes it up across the 45 and down near midfield. So great field position to start this drive for HA. See if they can, you know, see, they definitely still fighting. You can hear the crowd on this side commenting about the fight of both teams. Few score updates here. Elba 28, Pleasant Home 6 now in the fourth quarter. 35-0 Auburn High School over Enterprise. New Brighton Gamecocks down 35-0 to the Luverne Tigers. Dale County Warriors down 32-16 to Montgomery Catholic. Florilla Wildcats down to the Georgiana Panthers 29-7 here as HA looks to start this drive. Going to be a fake handoff. Quarterback rolling to his right and looking to throw. Caught. Then lots of traffic there. That's number 9. Number 9 with first down yardage. Got to give number 9 a lot of credit there. There was several Bulldogs draped around him. That was excellent coverage. But number 9 there with another sure-handed grab. That's Carson Chasen. He's made several big catches tonight for HA, and an excellent catch in traffic right there. Highlight catch as they have first down yardage near the 40-yard line and looking to capitalize on this good field position. (13-9). Been a big combination tonight for HA. Quarterback under center here, man in motion towards us. Going to hand off to the short back. He's going to have 2, 3, still fighting. We'll call it 2 yards officially there, bring up 2nd and 8. Hard fought yardage there by number 41. Straight up the middle. Number 75 on the stop for the Bulldogs. 75 and 57 there. Number 75 is Bendarius Myhan. First time we've called his name tonight, but he's been on several plays, so all the Myhan making lots of plays tonight for the Bulldogs. Second and 8, ball at the 40. Got split wides to each side. I formation, quarterback under center here. A little trouble with the snap, but he's looking to throw to the left-hand side. He's got it aired out. He's got a man, and that's complete again along the far sideline. He's going to be out of bounds around the 30. Another catch. That's Mr. Eubanks for the catch, and he's still down along the far sidelines. We're sorry to see that. That's a long way from our vantage point. First down Raiders, but we're going to have a stoppage in play as Eubanks yet to make it back to his feet. We're going to take a short timeout break for our sponsors. You're watching Wiregrass Sports. Welcome back live here to Dothan, Alabama's. The Houston Academy Cougars are driving 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. This is their best drive of the second half for sure. Trying to inch a little bit closer here as they trail to the Bulldogs. They're looking to throw to the right. Got a man. That ball tipped. Great defense there by number 12 for the Bulldogs. Ball incomplete there. Intended for Dykes. That play by the Bulldogs, well defended. Could have been an interception, but a great job to deflect it. Stop a little bit of this Raider momentum here. Second and 10. I formation, wide receiver each side. They give the handoff to the tailback, and he's hit immediately at the line of scrimmage by 2 or 3 Bulldogs. Number 75, one of the first ones there. Number 22 also in on the tackle as he's flying around the football here in the second half. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 as that play doesn't gain any yards. And 2 big plays in a row for the Pike County defense here. You know Ayrton would love, I beg your pardon, Houston Academy would love to gain a little momentum, if not for this week, heading into next week. So a successful drive against these Bulldogs would go a long way to their confidence for the rest of the season. 3rd and 10. Fake the handoff. Quarterback looking to his left. He's under a lot of pressure. He does get the ball away and does have a wide receiver. That ball in and out of the hands of the wide receiver. Opportunity right there inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 10. I don't see him putting the ball away right here. Great throw under pressure by the quarterback that time. Can't say enough about his poise tonight. That pass intended for number 36. Number 36 probably thinking about the end zone right there as that's Harrison Burley. Took his eye off it just a second too soon, but a great effort and a great job to get open, to be looking for the ball. We'll see what they can come up with here on 4th and 10. Wide receiver to each side, I formation, quarterback under center. Fake to the tailback. A lot of pressure again by the Bulldogs, and this time they get him down. Big sack on the play. Look who else, no one other than number 22. Number 22 is Derek Mahan. He just had a touchdown on offense and now gets the big sack to cause a turnover on downs with 4:18. And the Pike County Bulldogs are going to take over on offense here on about the 36, 37-yard line. Really want to see the Bulldogs. If you're a Bulldog fan, salt this one away here. And if you're a fan of Houston Academy, you'll have to just go back, watch the tape, see what you did good, see what you can correct. I'm sure that they'll take a lot of positives away, a lot of chances that they had, and some good movement of the ball again in between the 20s. So definitely a lot of area action left. Bulldogs handed off right hand side to the first man through. He's going to be across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. Gain of about 5 there on 1st down. I don't look for the Bulldogs to put it in the air again tonight, as they're going to try to saw it away this last 4 minutes. The Raiders making a few substitutions on defense. Probably a good opportunity to get some of your younger guys in here for both squads and give these guys some much needed action that they'll need later in the year and in future years. Build up your depth and find out, the guys on your team that they want to play. Good opportunity for that. The coaches, they're never going to quit on either side. They're going to hand it off to the tailback here. Number 2, he's around the right side. He makes 2 or 3 people miss. He's being dragged down by a shirt tail. He escapes down the left side. He's trying to turn the corner. He's going to be grabbed, and now the pursuit is able to get there, but he's inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. A big gainer there. Number 2 going all the way across the field. Mahan. That's 21, not number 2. I beg your pardon. Started out right, cuts it back to the middle. A lot of great running there. Several of the Raiders thought they had an angle on him, but he was just too fast when he cut that ball back, and a great job by their secondary to get some pursuit and save a touchdown. Going to be 1st and 10 on the 16-yard line officially. You got to like what you see if you're a Bulldog with the 2 Mahan brothers dotting the I here. 2 tight ends, wide receiver top of your screen. They're going to give it to number 21 as he makes a tackle to the right, dives to the end zone. He's going to come up just a couple yards short. 4-yard line going to be marked officially, and that's Derek Mahan. It's Derek and Derek here, so I'm sure I've messed that up a couple times tonight, so I apologize to the Mahan family, but what a great job by their kids tonight for the Bulldogs. 2:49 clock running. ball on the 4-yard line. No rush out of the Bulldogs, and we're going to have a timeout taken now. Flag down in the back of the end zone, I'm now instructed, but it turns out to be a timeout by the Raiders. Time remaining here is 2:44 officially. We understand there's a technical difficulty with our camera keeping up with the time in the end zone, but we'll keep that time for you as much as we can. 2:44 with this timeout by the Raiders. We're going to be trying to get a word with the coaches from each side following the game. We'll also be bringing you more and more scores as Strawn up 30-16 over the Bobcats. The Northside Methodist Knights are falling to the Pike Liberal Arts Patriots 45-17. Your Crenshaw CCA Cougars 21-6 over Abbeville Christian. The Rehoboth Rebels 13-7 over Charles Henderson, that a halftime score. Rehoboth struggling this year, so I'm sure their fans are excited to see that, and I'm sure that Charles Henderson's hoping that they'll wake up and take that game back over. The Goshen Eagles, a strong showing after the loss last week. They're up 30-0 over Zion Chapel. Wicksburg and Slocum knotted up at 7 in a great ball game. We'll keep you posted on the score of that one as we're set to go back to play here. First down and goal from the 5-yard line. 33-7 your score. Pike County with the ball. Looking to add to this lead as there's a quarterback sneak. And the second or third effort, they're still dragging him down. Lots of Bulldogs pushing. We haven't gotten an indication yet, and it's going to be second down. Great job by both lines. You have to give a lot of credit. The Bulldog line was continuing to push, but the Raiders of Houston Academy not giving an inch there as they kept knocking back the forward momentum. And he's going to be down at the 1, but another stop and a lot of fight in this Houston Academy Raider team. No shame at all tonight in the way they've played. They've shown a lot of grit, a lot of fight. Been a little bit undersized on both sides of the ball. Definitely some size and team speed on the Bulldogs. That's been hard to defend, and they've done an excellent job as we go under 2 minutes here. Quarterback sneak again. He's trying to wiggle to his left side, and he's going to get in. That's number 2. Kevin Harris playing quarterback now for the Bulldogs, and he takes the quarterback keeper in for a touchdown. Going to bring your score to 39-7 with 1:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. Pike County with another chance at an extra point here, and again the only negative thing we can say tonight other than the long plays called back by penalties has been this part of their kicking game. So you know that they'd love to end the night on a good PAT, but from both the confidence standpoint and the points. We're going to have a potential delay of game here as Pike County's late to get the block on the field for the PAT. I'm sure their coaching staff will have a little to say on the sideline about that, whoever's responsibility that was. Losing a little focus here in a lopsided game. They did call the delay game instead of electing to take the PAT, so this one will be from 5 yards further back. Number 22 for the Bulldogs, who's been everything else tonight. He's going to try his attempt at one. This kick way up, and that attempt is going to be no good. It must have been off to one of the sides because it was definitely high and long enough. Wide left is the official announcement from the PA, but a great kick there by number 22, just not enough direction. So with 1:51 here in the fourth quarter, your score now is 39 for Pike County, 7 for the Houston Academy Raiders. And, not much, but making official here as we try to close out your action here in Dothan. Again, we're going to be updating scores. We're going to try to get a word from Pike County's coach. He always gives us some good sound bites, and we'll be interested to see, his opinions on the game. Solid performance, top to bottom, offense, defense. Great job by the Pike County Bulldogs tonight. They were in control pretty much from the start, and short of a few penalties that called back big plays, they've played a very solid football game. Houston Academy has fought valiantly. They've played hard. They made some adjustments. They made some big plays through the passing game. They've stood up, very well, in my opinion, to a size differential that's hard to overcome. And I look for them to continue to improve, and I think they could definitely, play their way back into the playoff race. later in the season. It's still very early. A lot of things will change. So don't rule out these Houston Academy Raiders as you fill out your playoff brackets just yet. The kick, deep end over end kick, is going to be over the shoulders. It's now fielded and picked up. Looking for a few blocks. He's trying to cut back to the right, makes a couple men miss, makes another man miss, and he's down across the 30. A nice hard return there by number 18. He's fought very hard tonight, and you have to love the effort if you're a part of the Raider coaching staff. Across the 30 here, 141 remaining. It's going to be first down and 10 Raiders.
First and 10 there for the Raiders. 141 left to go in the game.
We'll try to keep you updated on a few of these scores as we close out the last few minutes of the game here. Brantley now a final 39-0 over Kinston. Little movement along the offensive line there, handoff to the tailback, and he's got running room. He's across almost to the 40-yard line. Very nice run on first down.
Handoff off the left side.
Ogletree on the carry.
39-yard line. Be second down and 3 for the Raiders from there.
UMS right 17-0. That score now a final over Andalusia. We continue to scroll through scores here. Georgiana up big. Houston County winning over Dale County. Let's see what HA can do here on second and short. Pitch to the running back. He looks upfield. He makes a guy miss. The ball's loose. There's going to be a scramble for it. I'm afraid. Looks like we may have a turnover there as the official signaled that there's going to be a turnover by HA, and Pike County Bulldogs going to take over again with 48 seconds here. And they'll be able to ice this game away in victory formation. Luverne now up big, 48-0.
48 seconds left to go in the game.
Headland Rams up 36-0 over Booker T. Washington. Elba 28-6 in the fourth quarter. Abbeville 32-0. Dothan Tigers fall to Park Crossing Thunderbirds 32-15 as we continue to upgrade you with scores and action throughout the Wiregrass. So 48.4 seconds to go here, 39-7 your score. A strong, solid performance by the Pike County Bulldogs. They bounced back big last week and take a knee here. Very class act by both teams. Not a single bit of contact as both teams handling this very class. The Houston Academy Raiders with nothing to hold their heads low about. They'll learn a lot from this game. They'll learn a lot watching the film. This will only help them. As they move deeper into their area and region season. Clock under 20 seconds now. Looking to the sideline, trying to wait to the very last second. This should be the last snap of your game as the play clock's down under 10. The last snap has been taken, and that's going to be your ball game, folks, with your Pike County Bulldogs winning tonight 39-7 over the Houston Academy Raiders here live in Dothan. We're going to take a short break to our sponsors, and we'll be back for our post-game show. We'll try to get a word from the head coach of the Pike County Bulldogs, and we'll have some more Wiregrass Sports for you. If you're watching Wiregrass Sports, here's a word from our sponsors.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital X-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Your she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shear?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burris Gracie today.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa know-how. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa know-how team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital x-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Your she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burris Gracie today.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa know-how. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa know-how team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital x-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Your she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burrise Gracie today.
Hey, and welcome to Wiregrass Sports. We're here with Coach Holland, the head coach of the Pike County Bulldogs. Pike County with a big win tonight. Your score 39-7 over the Houston Academy Raiders. Coach, it was a great win for your team. A lot of exciting plays on offense. Very solid performance by your defense. What's it like to get a big win and also area region win? And how does this affect your playoffs?
Well, one thing about it is, we're very happy to be able to win. Not only that, they had
Houston Academy done a great job so far, and we knew we had a lot of things to do to try to stop them. And we had a pretty good week of practice, even though we were indoors most of the time. And we're always happy to get a region win. This is the very first one. As far as playoff, we don't know anything about that right now. We just got the first win, and we're trying to do a good job in the region. We played some good teams so far, but we still got a lot of work to do.
Well, Coach, we saw a lot of explosive plays. We saw some several of your running backs, number 8, number 21, 22, number 1, number 3, all with a very solid performance. We saw your defense. We thought both fronts on both sides of the ball played real strong. What positions on your team were you most proud of, and what do you look to build off next week as you travel to Geneva?
One thing, I'm very proud of our offensive line and our defensive front, because we talked a lot about that, being able to attack them on the front lines on both sides. And we preached that all week long because they had done a great job against the teams they played. And we were trying to just make sure we established that early in the game so that we could limit some of the things they were doing, because they've done a very good job so far with the counters and the leads and the sweeps on that. And that's the one thing we were trying to stop. I thought we could do a good job against that and force them to try to be one-dimensional. I thought we'd do a great job. And not only that, our offensive line did a great job, of controlling it. We talked to the backs about, getting a good start in it and just mainly hit the holes, and our guys do a good job of blocking because they had done such a great job against the teams. And like I said, I'm just proud of my team and the coaches for what they've done so far.
Well, Coach, we thought it was a great win. It's an honor for Wiregrass Sports to cover the Pike County Bulldogs. We look forward to you guys having future success during the season. Thank you for joining us, and good luck the rest of the season. We
appreciate everything you do, and we're glad you'll be able to cover our games. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Coach. That was great. Appreciate it. Hey, good luck to you the rest of the season.